Hello and welcome to the theElpyDimension. I'm your guide, Elpy. And this is worm bin number 1. Today is the 22nd of December, 2024. And the last time we were in here was the 9th of December. So it has been 13 days. Yes, almost 2 weeks. All right, our 2 blankets. Oh, look at that. Last time, okay, hold on. I went ahead and added, finally, I've seen people using bubble wrap for ages. And someone in the comments suggested that hey, why don't you, the blue worms love bubble wrap. And I was like, yeah, and I did do that actually for my blue worms. And you know what's really interesting? As I say that, I'm like, wait. I think that... Oh, that's not a blue worm. But that's a blue worm. That's a blue worm. Like a baby worm. That might not be a blue worm. Baby worm, wisp. Young worm. Yeah. Wisp. So, they clearly do like. But now, what do I do with this? That's the question of the day. Is what do I do? And there's all those worms in there. I'm just going to put it next door, and if the worms move out, that's all right. Okay, so it's been 13 days. Last time we were in here, we gave them a very large feeding over here. Everyone, last time, let's see, I fed the blue bin and bin 2 on the 7th, and 1, 3, and 4 on the 9th. Yeah, and everyone got bread. But everyone got it in bread and a brassica mix, the cruciferous crunch collection. It was all of that food was from a food donation, food waste that was being tossed at a shelter. Well, actually, it was being sent to a farmer who, and they said that I could have it. I didn't take all that they had, which was pretty amazing how much they have. Anyways, so they got, which is actually what we have today, is more from that food waste. Yes, it was a lot, and I've been storing it outside so that it stays frozen. I brought it in last night thinking that I was going to feed last night and wanted it to thaw out. So I didn't feed last night. I'm feeding today. And yeah, so last time I put bread down, and then I put I think I put bread, and then wet shredded paper, and then my dry mix, and then more shredded paper, and then I put then I put cruciferous mix, then I put a bag with a whole lot of pears and cruciferous mix in it, and then I put more paper on top of that. So it's been almost 2 weeks. So I'm a little bit surprised to see the temperature this low. Well, I guess, it's 60 degrees. Well, it's dropping now, but it was like 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So, okay. I guess we'll go ahead and dive into the feeding zone to start. This was the feeding zone. For those who don't know, there's a cocoon right off the bat. For those who don't know, this is, and it does feel warmer down there, this is my strongest population. The one next door, bin 2, is comparable. But, oh yeah. Lots of worms. And it is warm. Like, it's comfortable to my hand. It is cold because we're down here in the basement. It's chilly. It's in the 50s. but the worms are enjoying this feeding zone. They are definitely enjoying this feeding zone. There's a piece of pine. Yeah, it was a whole grocery bag. Either that's the cocoon that I just showed you and it jumped off and fell over there, or that's another one. Yep, it's real nice and warm down here. Did I don't remember giving them any kind of onion. Maybe I did. It smells very oniony. Oh, garlic. I have garlic from last year that I clearly didn't store properly because it went bad. It went bad rather quickly. And so I wasn't able to use it, and I still have it. And I was like, man, it's about time you go ahead and put this somewhere. Yeah, lots of worms. So yeah, I finally composted some here, and so there's another cocoon. And here's our pears. Lots of worms. Oh yeah. And it's even warmer. Well, this is awesome. At the same time, I'm like, guys, I have a lot to feed you. I mean, I can put it in the outdoor compost. One great thing about winter, our winters, that, well, it freezing, is that I can put excess food waste, should that be the case. I used to store it in my freezer, but then I got annoyed with it taking up space. And so sometimes I still do, but so that's what's cool about it being frozen outside, is that I can go ahead and put the stuff that I don't use in my outdoor compost, and it'll be frozen and it'll be out there, that if I need worm food, if I don't have enough food scraps for a feeding, I can just go out there without any concern of bringing in outdoor pests, which in the summer, I wouldn't go to my outdoor compost. In the summer, you know, there's a lot outside to gather for food waste, or for, you know, feeding the worms. But I wouldn't want to take stuff from that compost because I don't want to bring in those creatures. This is the garlic, and the worms are all in its roots. I don't think they're necessarily in the roots specifically because it's the garlic so much as this is a delicious, it's very warm in here. Let's see. Oh, it's so gross too. It's really gross. Like this, to me, when you say texture, is grosser to me than like rotten brassica is really stinky. It's really horribly stinky, and that's while that's pretty bad, this though, like the mush, the texture gets me. I just wanted to put that in there and see what the temperature on the thermometer did go up. You know, it was dropping when I took it out, but it was at like 62, and it's probably 64. I can't see it very clearly. Let me move the camera. I can see better. Yeah, it's about 64. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna stop trying to do that. All right, let's just get over this. Okay. Another piece of garlic. Man, there's some extra grossness about this feeding. Okay. Just the mush, man. The mush is it's awesome for the worm. Look how active they are. Because it's warm. Dang it, man. This is some funky town. Well, so this was in a bag. Remember me saying that? And this food was in a grocery bag. Where's the grocery bag? Here's part of the grocery bag. And this is that Qdoba. You didn't get to see it because it was at the bottom of the grocery bag. It's that Qdoba platter. Here's a tiny little worm party. Yeah, they're definitely moving way better because it's so warm, as opposed to. So the bread. All right, so those are the delicious pears. I wonder if I should put some more carbon in there, because they devoured the bag so much that it makes me think I should give them more carbon to go along with. You know, it's like they still got butter at the table, but they ate all the bread. Oh, someone just touched my arm. And they're like, hey, we need more bread. Okay, so speaking of bread, the bread was under here. More worms. And it was bakery bread, by the way, as opposed to just usual commercial bread from a local bakery, so that makes it a little bit better. Yeah, we're getting into, I see the graininess of the dry mix. Still very moist. And this bin is so full, I hardly have anywhere to put the material. I'm sort of being wimpy about this, aren't I? Look how mushy. Whoops. There's the bread. And there are worms down there. Oh, there's standing water too. Okay. No surprise. Well, yes, it's a little bit of a surprise, because I don't recall adding water. Yeah, so there are worms down here. Okay, before we go ahead and close that back up, well, I'm not going to share all my thoughts. This time I was smart enough to not put all my carbon material in the water, so I do have dry material, and that's what we're going to do. Yeah, hold on. Silly me. I said, oh, I didn't add water last time. I'm kind of surprised. No, but you had a whole bag full of pears and brassicas. So, probably LP. Whoa, LP. Hey, wet down there. Yeah, but they're kind of digging it. Well, okay. I bet I drive a lot of you fellow worm farmers nuts. Let's go ahead and scoot. Well, I did just notice a problem with my process there, is that I kind of want this kind of want this stuff to still be more buried than not. So, all right. Well, that is interesting. Not as many worms like congregated there. Again, it's been just about 2 weeks. So, but we saw that there were a lot of happy worms. Let's go ahead and make the rest of our check-in a little bit faster. I suspect we'll find worms throughout the bin, especially in this corner near the feeding zone. Now, I want you to say to yourself right now, is Elpy going to feed them more food? Yes, Elpy is going to feed them more food. Well, hold on. Something I added to this bin had mosquito eggs in it, because when I took the top off, I moved the top a little bit before I turned on the camera, and a whole bunch of mosquitoes came out. With it being cold down here, they've, more of them, they're slow, so I killed a lot of them, but I also see one of my cello friends has got one. That's what I was hoping. Okay, so, I didn't dive as deep. All right, yeah, it's slushy down there. Those worms. This bin's reputation. We're still seeing a lot of worms. I'm just curious as to why we're not seeing even more. And we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not concerned about that standing. I'm not concerned about it, but I know I need to keep an eye on it. So for that reason, I'm just gonna go ahead and since that paper was right there, I'm gonna go ahead and just put it down in there. Okay, now we're gonna move to this corner. The feeding zone is right here, remember? I am gonna feed today. Why? Why, Elpy? Why are you gonna feed today? There's still a whole bunch. There's still some bread in there. There's still lots of pears, because they're gonna be done with that stuff soon. Maybe I should put even more paper in there, because I think they requested more. You know, the bread example, and I came and I brought them a half loaf. Wet castings down there. No, moist, very moist, but not wet. Okay. So here's a bunch of our friends hanging out near the feeding zone. Right? Because here's the feeding zone here. And I'm over here, scooping down. So they're hanging out in the vicinity. Lots of them. Were they not allowed in? Is there not enough to share, you guys? Or what's going on? It's too funky for you? You want to eat outside? Okay, well, as we would expect, the standing moisture is not... well, I should word that differently. I wouldn't say as we would expect. I mean, kind of... It's not surprising that there's not standing moisture in this other corner. It's just all under the food. So really, I could have... And this stuff is significantly colder. I could have gotten away with leaving that... No, I could have gotten away with leaving that moisture like that because it was a food thing. But I still think that they probably would prefer to have more carbon with it. Okay, so let's kind of dig here in the middle. Oop, we got a sticker. Let's just... This stuff's so deep that my glove is... Yep, okay. It's very deep. All right. Do you guys think we should add even more paper to the food area? No, because we do want it to get wet, but we don't want it to be... We still want that paper to be wet. I don't want to dry that out. I want to... Because I like to overdo everything. Go over there and be like, you need more bread. You need more paper. Okay, this is where we're going to feed this time. We got a root mass down here. This is a shungiku. A couple of worms in there. Okay, guys. Today, did you see my short? By the time you see this, it'll have been last week, my little prelude. Yeah, we're going to give them pumpkin pie. So, now there were food smells, but I'm not getting any other, like, rotten egg smells or... Kind of surprised we didn't see even more worms, because there are a lot of worms in here. I kind of feel like, I mean, maybe it's just this material is so deep, there's so much of it that the worms have so many more places to go, because there were a lot of worms there. I think I let my being kind of super grossed out by the mushiness, that maybe we didn't dig around to see as many. Anyways, still a ton of worms. All right, so we got a nice pocket here. Okay, we're going to start with a good base of dry. Yes, just a minute. Okay, we got some moldy whole wheat pita that we're going to put on the very bottom. And then this is torn up, torn better than I have in the past, instead of just tearing this paper It was easier to tear today than to shred, because I could stand at my computer and work. That's probably more than enough. We won't put all that, because I have a feeling that other bins are going to need more dry material. All right, so we've got a nice base of dry. Now, okay, now remember that all of this food was frozen. So there we have an eggplant, a very moldy bell pepper, persimmon, jalapeno, yeah, they touched me, and some celery. Then we're going to add, excuse me again, then we're going to add wet cardboard and wet paper. So I'm going to be sort of layering again. So we had those down there. Let's put a couple pieces of cardboard. We got some peppers. And then let's put, for our little platter here, Thanksgiving for the worms. I am grateful for you guys. And we'll go ahead and put a persimmon. Put some cardboard on the side. Put some more peppers. And then more wet paper. Should we add more dry mix? I might actually add just a little bit. And add some more micronutrients, minerals. Okay. Then our wet paper. Now, we'll just see, did you see that? Did you see that mosquito fly away? All right. We are all set here. Okie dokie. Now, our worms are still there. Done. Oh, no. Fed over here. We're going to put our thermometer down there. Okay. Hold on. So, call me crazy. Go for it. They still had a lot of food there, but I believe that this bin is they're gonna be done with that in a week. And this stuff over here is gonna be really starting to get delicious. And there is a lot of material in this bin. This bin is very, very full. It's too full, really. And I should, after today, I should work on just coming down here to fluff it and let them work on breaking down the material that's here. Okay, so now it's time to go to bin number 2. Stay tuned for that. I have 5 worm bins. 1, 2, 3, 4 are all mixed worm bins. 1 and 2 have more blue worms than the others, and then I have my small, newer blue worm bin that's a couple months old. Well, working on 3 months old. No, it is 3 months old. Yes, it is 3 months old now. And yeah, so I don't post. I've been trying to catch up. Excuse me, I have caught up, so I have all of the so I'm now up to date. What you'll find is that the next video, the last videos were from the 9th, and now I'm gonna start posting from today, the 22nd, and you should hopefully see that before Christmas. And if you celebrate Christmas, if you don't celebrate Christmas, then that's on the 25th of December. So in several days, 3 days, 2.5 days, if you will. So those should be posted, yeah, before, or at least one of, this one should be posted before Christmas. And then stay tuned for the rest of the bins. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you didn't enjoy this video, let me know about that too. What do you think, Dim? Am I crazy? Am I like way overdoing the worms in your opinion? the feedings. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, consider hitting the thumbs up button or the thumbs down button. It helps the channel, and perhaps also subscribing if you'd like to get notifications for when I do get, that's a cocoon, for when I do get more videos up. All right. Sorry, that was a long time. Thank you so much for your time and your interest. Be safe, be well, and happy holidays to you. I hope that they go well for you. If this is a hard time for you, then I hope that that you get through it the best you can. And much love. Bye for now.